so we have to remove this clamp. This is the fill neck tube. So these are for the bands that go, you know, on the underside of the gas tank. So we've got 2 of these that we got to get off. And then obviously we have to disconnect this old fuel pump. So we'll remove all this stuff and we'll get this fuel tank dropped. This is a fuel pump I've got. I got it off Amazon. It flows 255 liters per hour. And then this is going to be the fuel pressure regulator and the fuel filter. So this is kind of cool because you can run the fuel in right here and then have a return immediately go back to the tank. So then you only have one line going up to the fuel rail. So that's pretty cool. And then we also got this 15 feet of nylon braided 6AN line with a couple fittings to go with it. And yeah, let's get all this stuff installed. Let's see how bad this gas is. Ugh, it smells terrible. I don't know how well y'all could see it, but I spilled most of it. But yeah, that gas was like yellow. So let's go ahead and pop this cap off. Alright guys, so this is the filler neck. This is a vent tube that goes up to the front of the engine bay. This is kind of like an overflow for the filler neck. So these two are connected back here. And then this is the feed, and this is the return line. get to this last 12mm bolt. And this is just kind of like a shroud for the fuel lines. Alright, so obviously that tank was rusted and corroded. I got a quote to clean it out and it was going to be $100, and they said they'd quote out recoating it if it needed it. So I was thinking that was going to probably be a $200 ordeal. So I went ahead and bought a fuel cell off Amazon. It is a 20-gallon all aluminum fuel cell, and it also has a fuel level indicator in there. So we can go ahead and wire that up whenever we get this guy in. And it already comes with AN fittings. So we got a couple of reducers because these are AN 10s. We're going to AN 6. So let's see what we're going to have to do to get this thing to fit. Since some of y'all probably already noticed, I'll go ahead and show you all the new intake manifold that I got for this guy. So I ordered it on Summit. It took forever to get here, but this should allow us to use the stock hood latch. So we'll get this bolted back on here. But that other one was, you know, just barely clearing with this not attached. So we saved some space there, and I think we also saved some space overall. If you look, we're almost under the fender line, so there is a little cowl in the hood, so hopefully it fits. I don't know, we might get the hood on just to see what we're working with, but man, that intake looks good. It's a pricey little guy, but I think it's pretty decent quality. So these little brackets down here, they all line up perfectly. So we could just bolt this thing in here and then notch out this front part for the little sump, because this is lower than the rest of the gas tank. But since we're gonna put the radiator right here, this would be really cluttered, and we probably couldn't take out that radiator without taking out this. So let's go measure underneath and see if we can cut out the floor and like inset this down so it's not such a bulky unit. Okay, so that gas tank, or that fuel cell, is 24 by 20. Oh goodness. This looks like it's 26 inches across in between these rails. And let's see if we've got enough room to go. Alright, so it should fit just fine. So we'll go ahead and mark this up, and then we'll go ahead and cut this whole floor pan out. looks cool in here. So we got it level. I took some measurements. We're gonna go ahead and build a bracket so we can go ahead and mount this. This is what I was thinking for a bracket. So we'll use 2 straight bars, or 4, 2 pieces of angle, and then we'll probably use a flat bar to connect these end pieces. So we'll like box it all together. Alright guys, well, she is in there. Everything fits pretty decent. I'm gonna wait till next time to drill the holes and finish mounting this, and then we'll go ahead and mount the fuel pump, the fuel pressure regulator, all those good things, and we'll start making our in lines. So we got all these fittings. I got a bunch of other fittings to add to the collection now that we're not using the stock gas tank, but we will get this plumbed up next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.